I was a Latchkey kid. Now, I assume most of you know what that is, but I also understand that Gen X is considered a Latchkey generation. So it might just be people who are my age who know what that is, because that tends to be most of my viewers. That's my assumption of why. Anyway, what it is where both parents worked, they had both had jobs, and the kids were left unsupervised. They had their own keys for getting in the house. For me, I would in the morning, and this is starting way early, like first grade. So about 7. Walk the 15 minutes to school as a nice little half-mile walk. Go to school. End of the day, walk back, and then wait around 2 hours watching afternoon cartoons or doing homework. More watching cartoons than homework. But doing that for 2 hours until the parents came home at like 5 or 6 at night. Yeah, so 7-year-olds, well, I wasn't totally unsupervised. I was the youngest of 3. So my sister, who had then been 10 at the time, was the one supervising us for several hours. Sometimes. She also had after school activities, so we'd go home on our own. But that's the gist of the whole idea. I bring this up because I plan on telling a few stories of what we did while we were alone. For example, when a hurricane came through, or there was an incident with some aliens invading my brother. Those are later stories, but I wanted to give a point of reference to point back to, which is this video, to basically explain why it was okay for us to be alone. I'm looking at the stats nowadays, and they don't recommend kids that age being alone. They say actually, I believe under 8, you should not be alone. 9 or 10, you're allowed to have like 1.5 hours unsupervised, and 11 or 12, 3 hours unsupervised. I don't know I haven't fully researched it. That was just a vague researching it. So if you're a parent and you know better, hey, guess what? You're a parent and you know better. I am not. But now, even though I did do the whole walking alone, I wasn't fully alone. I told you my siblings were there. But if it was heavy raining or heavy snowing, then yeah, my mom would stay like a little bit late to drive us to school. So we weren't totally. I walked 5 miles uphill both ways. No, it wasn't. It wasn't woe is me type of thing. But the takeaway is yes, for the most part we were kids, unsupervised, and that was our generation.